Welcome to my channel. It's been a long while since I've come up, so I've been thinking over some things which, for most people know, Asperger's people have real trouble with some relationships. You see, a lot of Asperger's people, they don't know how to tell whether people are lying or not because they can't read their faces. It's like they can't read body language. I was told this by somebody who was a therapist at a group years ago about this and many things. We can't read the faces and so on, but we can do, and have actually, many strengths to our bow. I mean, we have many ways of doing different subjects we can be really fantastic at. But reading body language and facial things and social cues, for me, is not one of them. Well, in 2017, I was going out. No, it wasn't 2017, it was 2016. I was going out for a meal in a place called Blackpool in England. It was supposed to be my anniversary with my partner at the time. I shall call him Bill because I don't want to use his real name because I don't want any more problems. He took me with his landlord, who I shall call Jacob, also false name. You see, Bill had a habit of running away from people when things got a little bit tough, or when things got close enough to be needing commitment. And, well, it was supposed to be my anniversary dinner, so we all sat around with all his friends in the restaurant, joking, laughing. I was drinking a scotch with some ice. I'd ordered a nice steak dinner. Other people who had the steak or other things. And I sat talking to the landlord next to me, Jacob. And suddenly, Bill stands up and kisses his new boyfriend, Nigel. That's also a fake name. And that's me dumped. Everybody was looking at me. Some were laughing, some were in shock. Nigel didn't know where to put himself, you can tell that. It was just sprung on him. I felt so angry. Ever so angry. And, well, my feeling was I wanted to pick up the blooming knife and the fork that I had been given with the steak. And this knife was really serrated. And I wanted to stab him in the hand with it. Was it right? No. I didn't do that. I just wanted to get up, leave, grab whatever I wanted, and try and find a way of getting home, even if I would have had to call my father to pick me up. I was mortified. absolutely mortified. Well, everybody was saying as I was quiet, "You're taking this really well, Simon." And of course, Bill, who is obviously never had a sensitive bone in his body, was trying to get me to go out with his landlord, Jacob. I might add, Jacob is in his 60s. And I was at the time 43, 44. So I wasn't really into Jacob. And also the fact that I was really wanting to, I just was that lost and shocked. I really didn't want to do anything, be with him. So the time's come and everybody's shaking my hand saying, "I'm amazed you took this so well. All the rest I thought you were going to kick off." And on the way back, I kept quiet in the taxi. Of course, I paid for the taxi back because we were having trouble trying to get a bus back to where Jacob lived, which was in a little town outskirts of Blackpool. So we went, when we got back home, it must have been about, let's say, about 6 or 7 in the evening. I just decided I just couldn't cope anymore, and I just ran into Jacob's room because I was staying out there for a bit, and I just howled and cried my eyes out, with Jacob just stroking my hair, touching my shoulder, trying to make me feel better. There was no making me feel better, that's for sure fact. The truth of the matter is, I was not very well. Come 10 o'clock, we all go to bed. Me after quite a few more drinks, this time red wine, which I should not have had really. And I actually asked Jacob, can I sleep in his bed? Not to have sex with him, just to sleep. And Jacob says, of course. Torsten, in his gall, comes up to him to the bed and says, "Oh, you're going to go to bed with me?" I said, "Beg your pardon?" I said, "Yes, for our final night's passion. I want sex with you," he said. Well, I said to Bill, well, I didn't know what to say really, but I said to him, "No, I'm staying here." And he looked at me, he went, "Oh," and began to and went very quiet. For a while, me and Bill were just talking friends when we got her back. I was just heartbroken. It took me several months of talking to counsellors and also my friends and family just to get over it. Sometimes even now, I wonder if I'm totally over the situation. Because, truth is to be told, he's my kryptonite. If he had asked me out again, I would have said yes. But, nope, he's not good for me. He'll never be good for me, because I know for a fact that if I even tried to go out with him again. Within 6 months to a year, I'll be back to where I started. Now, this is the one thing I'd like to give advice I'd like to give to all those autistic people who fall so hard in love with someone like this. 1. Let yourself grieve. Don't be afraid to grieve. If people say, oh, well, you're grieving, he's just a long-term relationship, ignore them, because the fact is, it's just as much hurtful with being there than it is someone who actually lives in your area. 2. Don't be afraid to get the help. I only got help after I went and had a breakdown. That is not good. After what Bills did, I ended up standing on a railway bridge near the station, looking over, thinking, I wonder what it'd be like to fly. In other words, jump. I then got my father on the phone, and from there he got me some help, psychiatric help, to help me after what he'd done. I don't think I'll ever be totally over it properly, because I've got to take anxiety medications now for the rest of my life for some of the things that Bill have done. As for Jacob, I am more in contact with Jacob actually verbally on the phone than I am actually in proper, seeing terms. Well, Bill, occasionally, let's just say, he calls me or I call him. He seems to go through men or whatever, like men, normal human beings go through underwear. I do wish sometimes that karma would come and get him, but, well, karma will deal things when she sees fit. All I am quite happy about is that even though he seems to not want me to be in a relationship, I've had a few since then. Some good, some bad. The point is, however, he always seems to be alone properly. He occasionally has a boyfriend, or says he has a boyfriend. Not that I believe it. But he seems to not have many friends really around him. And I think a lot of them moved away. I mean, the new boyfriend that he went and kissed at the time, within 6 months that was over. The look in his eyes I saw when that day it happened, he really, really, really looked like he just wanted to get out of there quick. And I mean really quick. Am I sorry for the meeting, Bill? Not really, because if I hadn't met Bill, I would not have met Daryl. And Daryl is a totally different kettle of fish. He's a lovely, kind person who, unfortunately, for the past 3 years has been going through hell. 1, because he lost his partner to long-term illness. And 2, let's just say his neighbours aren't the best in the world. And as for Jacob, me and Jacob get along great. Yes, sometimes we get irritated with each other, but that's what you get with friends sometimes. At the moment, I think I'm in a fairly good place. That's why I'm doing this video. Because, truth to be told, it's okay to love. Especially with the background I've got. It's good to love. And yes, with love is also the flip side of being heartbroken. Well, let's just say with being heartbroken, that's not the best in the world, but at least we know, as it's said in the game Ragnarok, Kratos is told that to love deeply is to grieve deeply. So, at least I know that I can actually grieve and fall in love. I always wondered if ever I could. Especially after my background of being in 12 foster homes, 2 children's homes by the age of 6. I thought I was too badly damaged, but still. Anyway, to wrap this up, to all autistic people, don't be scared to go and venture out at your comfort zone. Go, if you want to find yourself a boyfriend or girlfriend, you don't have to be gay here. It's fine. The point is that enjoy your time together. Not all relationships will break down. You'll have some good times as well. Yes, arguments is part of the course. But also making up is good as well. And remember, life is good. And for the most part, people are good. See you soon.